commenced the Cuban Revolution with his very slogan, "Fatherland or Death." Right from the day they set sail for Cuba from Mexico, a broad Granma, until the victory march at La Habana a little over 2 years later, on 1st January 1969, Fidel and his comrades, including Che and Raul, faced numerous obstacles, hardships. They lost many of their own, fought with determination, and finally carried out the revolution successfully. They rid their country of neo-colonialism, capitalism, and US hegemony, thereby showing the world that Cuba was not subject to oppression and exploitation. It was a mighty blow to the giant, a defiant fighter right under its own nose, a classic case of David versus Goliath. Many considered the success of this revolution to be a mere spark and didn't expect it to last long. But here we are today, celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Cuban Revolution that has kept the torch of socialism alight for all these years with the slogan, "Socialismo o muerte," socialism or death. Mr. Chairperson, our international colleagues, friends, and comrades, good afternoon. As we celebrate the successful 6 decades of the Cuban Revolution this year, we cannot forget the adversities, the enmity, economic embargo, and hostility the tiny island country faced from so-called powerful nations all these years. The Cuban Revolution is a paradigm of resilience against imperialism, not only in the Western Hemisphere, but in the whole world. How Cuban people worked hard to change their country from a serfdom of a foreign power to a socialist country where one can stand firm with head held high, notwithstanding all hardship, is something worth learning. We Nepali people have always been and will be with the Cuban people. The solidarity of the two people will only be strengthened in the days to come. Here we have today guests from the Communist League of Australia and New Zealand and Socialist Workers' Party of the United States. As a representative from Nepal Professors Society, a professional wings of Nepal Workers and Peasants' Party, I would like to welcome you to the historical city of Bhaktapur, a city with a vibrant history of peasant movement. As a matter of fact, we do know bits and pieces about Australia, New Zealand, and the United States. Nevertheless, we still have a lot to learn about communist and progressive movements there. It would be a pleasure and honor for us to understand and know about your experience in carrying out these movements in your country. Your experience on keeping the spirit of communism alive despite government policies like that are unfavorable and sometimes even hostile towards anything related to socialism and communism would be an opportunity for us to broaden our horizon, for which we are all ears. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome you again to this program organized to express solidarity with Cuban Revolution and anti-imperialism movement. I hope everybody here will have a lot to take away from today's program. Thank you.